everyone, this is Casper, the boy diviner here today, and I'm gonna do my own year ahead reading for myself. Why am I putting it on video is because there are a few reasons. Number one, I thought people could learn about how I do my year ahead readings. So if you're a customer who is curious about how I usually do this, you can watch this video. If you're a fellow reader thinking about doing this spread for yourself, you can also watch this video and see how I read it. Okay? Another reason for doing this is also because I tend to do my own readings very casually. I don't have a setup, I don't record anything, I write a few words here and there. And I find that, in a way, I kind of cheat myself of the experience, and I've heard from other readers that maybe you want to do a more formal kind of reading for yourself. And when you do that and you listen to the reading maybe a week later, you will hear things from yourself that makes sense in a different way from the current reading. So I'm going to try to detach the reader, myself, and the recipient, which is also myself in this sense. I hope that makes sense. So this is what I have today, and that's what I planned for today. This is rose quartz. I'm going to light a candle. So usually before I start off my session, I light a candle to signify the start. I do this with my magic practice. I do this with my customers. So okay. So I set out a rose quartz here. This is my largest rose quartz, and it's because I'm hoping next year would be a year where I can really attain some sort of a level of a romantic love. And I set pyrite here because I'm hoping it'll be a year of abundance as well. Love and abundance. I'm going to cleanse the area now with a piece of sage. May this space be cleansed. May this space be cleansed. May this space be cleansed. May this space be sacred for me. May this space have the correct vibrations, the sacredness for myself. Alright, the space is now cleared. Okay, and today I'll be using the Marielle Tarot for my own year ahead reading. This is not a deck that I've I have connected to the deck. I really enjoyed it when I used it for my those once a week decks that I forced myself to stick with in a week. But it's not that I'm super familiar with, so I don't use this for my readings with my own customers. But I felt like I wanted to use this for next year's reading. It's such a beautiful deck. Okay, after they replaced it for me with this new version, is so much better. Apart from some sticking with the gilding, apart from that, everything is good with this deck. Okay. What do I need to know in the upcoming year? What do I need to know in 2020? I'm gonna do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and then one card at the end after I go through those cards for myself. Sometimes when I do this reading for other people, it can go up to 30 to 40 minutes. I don't really want to do that for myself in a way because I don't think I need to go into such deep detail, especially because I know my own context, but I'm going to try my best to be more detached and give myself a proper third-party reading, to remove myself from my own feelings from this and to be more objective with the cards that come out. Okay, so can I get, what do I need to know about 2020? What advice do I need to hit my goals in 2020? How can my life be better, love-wise, abundance-wise, spiritually, for 2020? Can I get an answer for my 2020? Can I get some clarity on what's happening in 2020? Can I please understand? What do I need to know in 2020? What do I need to know in the year 2020? What do I need to pay attention to? What should I focus on? All that would help. So my allies, my higher self, everyone, please give me some guidance about 2020. About my 2020, give me some advice. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, November, December, October, November, and then December. Oh, this card, why? Even though I really like this card in this deck, it's so pretty. Okay, all in all, seems like quite an interesting year for me. There are quite a few major arcana in the first half, and I often say that major arcana are things that are outside of our control, things that we can't fully hold on to. So this is my birth card. This is one of my favorite cards in every deck, the Queen of Wands. I always look out for this one. I do like this card as well. There is a mirroring, if you can see. I often try to look for patterns in my readings, especially for the year ahead, because it's such a big reading. Can you see the reflections here? The High Priestess and the Nine of Cups are intricately mirrored. You can see the same pillars behind the baboon. You can see the Ankh that he's holding on to. You can see that these are the horsemen of the apocalypse, two of them, next to each other. I mean, mirroring each other. There's so much to dive into. So usually I'll just start with the first quarter. I try to read in quarters because that's easier. So hi, the seven, this is Chariot. The Chariot here is depicted by a woman who is, riding on 4 different wolves. One of them is black, and then the 3 of them are white. There is that sense of knowing yourself. There's a sense of control that you're going to gain in January. I think in January, there is some sort of victory, some sort of success you will feel. You feel like you're riding on something that is just pulling you along. Even though you're in control, you know where they're going to lead you. You have that control. With this momentum, you can push forwards. Okay? And you have this sense of inner peace. You can see that in the pink flower in the center of her heart. So overall in January, even though you have this self-control, this will to overcome your obstacles, you have these 4 allies here to help you with it. You may want to think about how to block external forces that may come into your way. 99% there's definitely a way to overcome that, and that you will overcome it unless you mess up. But overall, things should go very smoothly for you in January. You're going to be the wolf goddess. What a beautiful card. Remember to use your emotions to, emotionally is not a bad thing. You need to push yourself emotionally as well to show your vulnerability. That's how she bears that on her chest. Okay, we move on to February. February is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone who is holding the secrets behind. She has, a lot of power and a lot of intuition. I think in a way there is a command of your intuition in this month. You will feel there is a sense of knowing within you. If you are in this month, it may be a good time to actually delve into the esoteric arts. So there's a class that you are thinking about go for it. Use that to guide you for this month. Without spoiling anything, I am thinking about taking some spiritual classes in February. This card is encouraging that it's not a bad thing. You will learn how to use the fire, the Y, the Yod, He, Ve, Vav, He. I might be butchering that, but that's the name of God that she has in her hands. Okay, learn how to listen to yourself. Learn how to trust your intuition. Learn how to feel. You often tell yourself that you can't feel anything when you're doing all these rituals and things like that, but you're just not observing it, and you don't trust yourself enough. You're waiting for some sort of external validation where there is unlikely going to be when you first start out on this journey. Trust yourself and keep on doing it until the external validation from somewhere else comes in and say, hey, this is definitely something else. Okay, listen to your feminine side. Listen to your intuition. There is, of course, fear. There's fear of crossing the veil. But you have the power, you can. And then here, in March. In March, there's some sort of transformation, and it won't be an easy transformation. Okay, it won't be easy. You will feel like you're drowning. You will feel like you're drowning. And even though within you, you are feeling that you feel like you're drowning, you need to grow armor as soon as you can. Grow that armor and learn how to fight back. This armor will help you breathe. This armor will help you take care of things. Okay? Inside, inside you know you can do it. But the transformation won't be easy, and you are feeling that pain, the pain of transformation. This person, this is an angel underwater. He has wings to fly in the air, and yet he's in the wrong environment. But as soon as he leaves, he's growing, he's changing to suit this environment. He's changing into the crab, the Cancer. Okay, and I think this is the message for me, that it will be a painful transformation, but it is something that I can do. I definitely can transform. Why is it painful? It's because it's reversed. There's going to be blockages here. It's going to be harder for me. But it's something I definitely can do. Something I definitely can do. You can see that this mirrors the Chariot card. This symbol here. Do you see this symbol here? So there's a momentum here from January to March. Something that I need to ride. This momentum will push me forwards in this transformation, and I can become better. I can suit my environment. I got a little bit of a reading from a friend, and it seems like the first 3 months are full of abundance and pentacles. There's nothing here, but I feel like that has a specific topic that we had, but I do feel like there's a connection here with this. There's definitely a connection between these two cards. I can't wait to look into the guidebook to see if there's anything specific. But when I do a reading for people, I tend not to use the guidebook. I tend to follow my intuition and follow my gut. The Six of Cups reverse sometimes also means too much nostalgia for the past. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's hard to change because I'm missing my previous experience. I'm missing the comfort that I have. I've been plunged in this cold water suddenly. So really, I have to ride that willpower and push myself through. Okay? So even when I'm mulling over my own spiritual growth, I do need to remember that self-direction, that will I have. Okay, moving to April. April is the Nine of Cups reversed. So Six of Cups, Nine of Cups. These are, what do I call them? Multiples of 3. So that will also call into mind the Three of Cups. Okay, so here, the Nine of Cups is this baboon blocking the way up to ascension. He's not a bad person, he's holding this Ankh here, and there's a scorpion here. So he is being disturbed. He's not exactly blocking the way in a mean sense. So I do feel like in April there is that want to really move upwards spiritually. This mirrors the High Priestess, something probably a lesson that I've taken here. Maybe there's some practice here and now I feel blocked. I feel like I can't move forwards. There's something that I can't do that I want to. But the advice here is to really look at, turn this around, Sometimes I tell my customers that, turn this around, reverse it back. Try to remember that this obstacle is a friend. There's a kind face here. He does want to help, but he wants you to be ready for the path ahead, And sometimes being reversed is also like a reflection to myself. Sometimes I'm the obstacle here. So I need to recognize that I'm the obstacle here, or part of myself is, and that it's not a bad thing. It's probably a good thing. I need to maybe focus on myself. I need to really treat this obstacle as a friend before I can move forwards. Try not to be frustrated and just try to roll with it. Earlier during my meditation, I felt really frustrated. I did end it short, but I did ride the wave of frustration and got through it. So that's the energy I need to have here in April. When we look at May, what a beautiful card. Eight of Discs. Eight of Discs is really about pushing yourself and working hard through study, and this won't be easy. It does feel like this patch here with all the reverse cards. I need to ride this self direction through, and I don't know if I can do it because it's an uphill battle. But here you see two lions in the middle, the lion and the lamb. You know, there is so much distraction around me, trying to eat my mind up, and the aid of this is asking me to really work on the practical things. So maybe at this point in time, work is really getting to me. I don't feel like I have the skills to push myself forwards in work and my career. And there's a lot of fear, a lot of disappointment in myself. But it's something I need to ride out, something I need to really push myself. They have this reverse begs me to work harder with my practical things. So maybe at this point in time, I feel very desolate because I do feel that blockage with my spiritual learning. And here I'm having that blockage in my specific practical lessons that I have. This is something I need to really fight. So to fight the two lions is really just to be soft and really try to understand and be receptive. I think this is what is telling me for me. We move on to the Hermit. Here, this is another reflection. This is the 9 reversed. This is a 9 reversed. Sorry for knocking to my camera. So it does mirror here, and it's trying to tell me that, you know, to defeat this spiritual thing, I do need to learn how to get out of my house. I do need to learn how to, you know, the 9 of the Hermit is really about introspection and learning by yourself. I feel like when it's reversed, it's telling me to not only stick to my own experiences and my own learning and try to do some healthy discourses with people. And that's so difficult for me because I can be hypercritical, I can be really judgmental. But I do need to learn how to let that armor go and try to listen to people with an open mind. And try to have that healthy discourse to really understand what's blocking me here, you know? Yeah, that's what I need to do. There's that sense of water pulling through also. It feels like in this month, at least I'm submerged in water. I've become part of the waves. I have managed to conquer this obstacle in this month and become part of it, even though it might have been a difficult time. And I need to learn how to assimilate so well that I don't only stick to myself, but I talk to other people. You can see this here. This could be like the artist's signature because I do see it on almost everything right now. So I apologize if it is. But you can also see that it's not apparent in this card. In this card, you know, in this card I don't see it as well. Maybe it's well hidden. But it's here also. Sorry for knocking into the camera. I'm so sorry. So I do want to maybe place that association aside, but you can see it here, and here, and here. Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay, so I'm going to take it as an artist signature. So I'm going to put that aside. But here I do feel like I've assimilated this lesson. I've become part of the waves, and becoming part of the waves is also learning how to become part of a community, because it's reverse. I see that, you know, learning how to be part of a community. And this will be a difficult challenge because the Hermit is asking you for more than what you can usually provide. Major Arcana usually asks us for that. Okay, and then here are the Two of Cups. April, May, June, July. Here there will be some romantic entanglement that wouldn't end too well, or something that you know, have started and just kind of came to a head. There's a beauty in the red and white unicorns. You know, they love each other, they understand each other, they are not the same, but they're compatible and they work together. Here when it's reversed, I feel like, you know, one of us is not going to be happy. We're going to toss our head up. You know, we're going to say that this is not enough for me, or this is not working out for me. We will come to a head in that way. But this being reversed is also, you know, something that I have the power to turn it around. This is what I always tell myself. There's a way to prevent this. And then to prevent it, we do want to look back. Can we see? All these are the cups here. So I feel like, you know, if I turn this around and turn this around, maybe it's about, you know, the work environment. And here it's about comfort with my spiritual self. Maybe if I'm able to tackle those things, I'm able to turn this around, there will be less conflict. There will be less anger. I do feel like I'm the red one. somehow. So I do want to learn how to maybe empathize with being the white instead, the calm one. So that is my lesson. That's what I need to try to do, to try to conquer this Two of Cups. But regardless of that, after July, it seems like, I have attained independence. I've attained power. I've attained who I want to be. The Queen of Wands is someone I look up to. The Queen of Wands is someone who is powerful. She's vulnerable. She's naked here. She knows. She doesn't need to hide her heart. But then there's so much passion and nurture behind her eyes. You see, she's holding this baby cheetah. There's that speed with the Queen of Wands that I really enjoy, and this is what I want to be. This is who I want to be, and this is a good sign. The red horse has become someone powerful, someone able to move fast and be independent and be happy with themselves, and yet be alluring because they are so confident and authentic and vulnerable. Okay, they don't see a point in hiding. They don't see a point in hiding their flaws. This is the lesson that I will learn. This is who I will become. And you can see that ultimately this leads to happiness. Ten of Cups is a card about happiness. This card doesn't look super happy, but you can see there's a growth here. The red horse is again mirrored here. I will learn how to ride that pain. I will learn how to ride that pain and hold my flaws close to me. I've learned to harness all that. I've learned how to accept who I am. This is, I think, the horseman of death, if I'm not wrong, or plague. There's some sort of infectious happiness that may just flood me. But again, the Ten of Cups, I always see it as a bit of a temporary illusion. But here, there will be a peak of happiness. I think there is a lot of sadness before, a lot of tough work. But with the Queen of Wands, knowing how to be alone, knowing how to be more independent, and appreciating who I am, and being naked like that, I've learned how to ride that pain, the wounds of the past, the wounds of, any kind of relationship. I've gained some kind of knowledge. You can see the halo around Death's head. I have learned how to treat my inner child more kindly. I've learned how to hold myself. And even though this is temporary, a temporary oneness with myself, I do feel like this would be kind of a breakthrough month. So cups, 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 cups. You can see there's a 4 here. The cups are gathered together. Six, 9, 10, 7. Okay, so here mirrors the Chariot. That's the 7 here. So I do feel like this echoes that kind of that self this tells me not to just only be in power and take control of myself and my will, but to do this and do it when I'm different from everyone else. Why I say that? This is the wolf here. I think this is the same wolf, even though they have different colored eyes. This is what I'm feeling. He stands out. He is different from the 3 of them. He stands out from her as well. I need to transform myself into this wolf and be sort of a rogue agent. I need to be brave in telling people, this is not what is true. The 7 of Cups is about, illusions and also being misty-eyed. I need to cut through all that illusions. I need to not let people sway me. I need to stop listening to the voices that, mean little. Respect them, thank them for their advice, but really think about how I want to do things. That is the 7 of Cups. This is October. The halo has transferred down. So it does feel like we do come down from the 10 of Cups back to the 7. So there's that peak of happiness. The next card, again, this is the 3 of Swords. Whatever happened here, maybe this didn't end, this was a big argument or some sort of obstacle that we got through because I learned how to be more control of my pain. This kind of illusions, maybe someone who talks to me, someone who lies to me. this could end up in Three of Swords. So I do want to take care of who I'm hearing to here, and that I might want to build a stronger trust with this person if there's such a thing. But if it doesn't, there's a lot of heartache involved, a lot of pain. I do feel the pain in my heart right now. I feel like it's gonna be painful. It's gonna take a lot out of me. But then as with the Three of Swords, there's always new life. There's always roses. There's always light being introduced. You know. But there's nothing else I can say about the Three of Swords. It's just that simple. There's gonna be pain. Face it and grow from it. Of course, I can try to move past this and turn this around to a reverse, lighter version. You know, where instead of present pain, it's past pain from here that helps me grow. So I don't want to have two pains. Give me one. And then we come to the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is really about burdens. But in the Married L, it doesn't feel like a burden. It does feel like I'll be set. I'll be a blazing beacon somehow. I'll be able to maybe reach some sort of pinnacle of I don't know if I'm being too optimistic because I'm reading for myself, but I do feel like I'll come out of this unscathed in the end, in December. I'll come out blazing. I'll come out victorious. I'll come out understanding myself better, and I think there is a spiritual breakthrough as well. This card makes me think of Judgment. It also calls into mind the fire in the High Priestess's arms, and behind him the water of the Hermit. So I do feel like that two major arcana kind of combines into this Ten of Wands, where I'm able to be temperance, handle the fire of the High Priestess and the water of the Hermit. There's some sort of warrior vibe as well. I feel like I'll be fighting for it. Beautiful. Okay, then I'm going to do the theme of the year. Can we get the theme of the year, please? What is the theme of Casper's year? What is the theme of my year in 2020? What do I need to focus on? What would be the best theme for myself? Because I'm a bad shuffler, I rarely read jumpers. Tell me, what is the appropriate theme for next year? What do I need to focus on? What might be the best way for me to meet my goals, to grow and become better? Can I get the theme of the year, please? For 2020, for myself. Okay, the King of Wands, reverse. This card has come up so much for me this month, this year. With this card, with this deck in particular. The King of Wands reverse is talking about that latent creation energy that I have. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of signs telling me to create and stop consuming. So I'm hoping that will be my impetus next year. And maybe that's biasing me towards this end reading. But I want to say that I do feel like the little stars in him, they're all waiting to come out. I think the King of Wands is meant to be some sort of figure in the Married L. Let me just grab the guidebook. I don't usually do this, but I do feel like I want to. Let's see. So the King of Wands. He's a Sumerian sun god. Okay, so the sun not only is about justice and illumination, but I also do feel like the sun creates. The sun gives, the sun grows our crops. The sun gives us life. The sun and the earth. So I think there is that sun energy that I need to have next year. My sun sign is Aries. So maybe it's telling me to have that kind of initiation, that kind of push. Okay? So I've just done my own year ahead reading. I'll be watching this again, but I hope this was interesting to you if you do watch it. If you don't watch it through, I hope you can skip around and really hear how I do this. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any feedback. I hope people do their own year ahead spread so I can also watch and learn. Okay? You guys have a great time, a great day. Take care. Bye.